Underneath the sun-baked ground of East Africa's Great Rift Valley, the very first parts of our story are hidden. Here, old bones and stone pieces quietly tell of a world more than 2 million years old, a world not of dinosaurs, but of our own far-off family. This land, which once had lakes, forests, and grassy plains, was the special place where the first humans appeared. Every old bone, every tool is a clue, a word in the story of where we came from. To walk here is like stepping into a library made of dust, where the past is waiting to be read. The story isn't about big kingdoms, but about staying alive and being clever. We become like detectives of a very old time, putting together jawbones, stone tools, and old animal bones. Each little piece, not important by itself, tells a big story when put together. These clues tell about a time of danger and change and the start of smart thinking. This is the story of the first members of our human family, Homo, beings who didn't build big monuments but whose history is carved in stone and bone. Their new ideas and struggles mark the faint beginnings of humankind. By looking at their world, we get a peek at where our own ability to bounce back comes from. The quiet of very old times is broken by the things they left behind. In their tools and bones, we find the first signs of what it means to be human. The journey starts here, in the dust and old sounds of a lost world. From Africa's ancient landscape, a new kind of being shows up. Homo habilis, the handyman. Not quite an ape, not yet fully human. Homo habilis stood just over 4 feet tall, with a mix of old and new features. Their hands, which could grab things very precisely, marked a big change. These were hands that could shape the world. Inside their heads, brains were growing, still small, but a big jump from their ancestors. Old bones from Olduvai Gorge and Kubifora show people who walked upright, but could still climb, getting used to a changing world. They lived among other early humans, but their advantage wasn't strength or speed. It was their mind and their hands. For the first time, the world became a place of chances, not just about staying alive. A simple stone could now become a tool, a key to a new way of living. With Homo habilis, the story of human cleverness truly began. 2 million years ago, Africa was changing. Forests got smaller, grasslands spread out, and the weather became hard to predict. Food was spread out, water sources moved, and staying alive meant being able to change. Walking upright became very important for traveling long distances, and being able to eat different kinds of food was now a must. The Great Rift Valley, shaped by moving earth, became a busy stage for evolution. Lakes appeared and disappeared, forcing early humans to move with the rain and food. This always changing environment rewarded those who could solve problems and take opportunities. Bigger brains and new ways of acting became vital for survival. The landscape itself was what drove evolution, shaping not just bodies but minds. In this world, being smart became the best way to adapt. In this tough new world, Homo habilis made a big discovery. They started making stone tools on purpose. The Oldowan industry, simple, sharp-edged stones, was a huge change. These weren't just rocks. They were carefully picked, shaped, and used for a reason. Making a tool needed planning, working together, and a picture in their mind. The result, a sharp cutting edge that could be carried, sharper than any claw or tooth. These tools weren't weapons, but keys to new foods. They could cut meat, break bones, and get to the marrow inside. Each hit of stone on stone was an act of thinking ahead and being creative. The flakes and choppers opened up food sources no other animal could reach. This was the start of technology, a big step that changed how we connect with the world forever. With every tool, Homo habilis changed their future. The journey from stone to modern life began with these first simple tools. The age of inventing things had arrived. Even with their tools, Homo habilis were not hunters. They were very good at finding food left by others. The savannah was full of meat eaters, but habilis survived by using what others didn't finish. After a big cat ate its fill, habilis groups would quickly move in, using stone tools to break bones and get to the marrow, a rich, important food. Dig sites show bones with marks from both predator teeth and stone tools, proving this clever plan. Scavenging was risky. Predators and huge hyenas were always close by. Success depended on being fast, working together and being watchful. Some stood guard while others worked quickly, then went back to safety. This teamwork was the beginning of working together as a group, a quality that would define our human family. The ability to talk, share, and protect each other was as important as any tool. In the fight to stay alive, smarts and working together became their best strengths. Here, the beginnings of human society started to grow. The world of Homo habilis was ruled by giants, huge elephants, massive buffalo, and very tall giraffes. Predators were even scarier, saber-toothed cats, giant hyenas, and Dinophilis, the terrible cat. For small early humans, every day was a lesson in being careful and having a plan. Staying alive meant understanding the land, knowing where predators hid and where to find safety. Smart thinking, not strength, was their protection. Living in groups offered safety, and finding shelter at night in trees or on cliffs was very important. The constant danger from predators shaped how they acted, making them work together and be watchful. Running away from a saber-tooth was impossible. Outsmarting it was the only way. Living among giants demanded cleverness, memory, and thinking ahead. In this tough situation, the human mind was formed. Imagine a day in the life of Homo habilis. At sunrise, the group comes down from where they slept at night, alert and careful. Water is the first thing they need, and the journey is full of danger. Vultures signal a chance, a fresh dead animal nearby. The group moves quickly, some standing guard while others use stone tools to break bones and cut meat. Every second counts. Predators and scavengers could come back at any moment. With their prize safe, they go back to a safe place, sharing marrow and meat. The young learn by watching and copying, taking in the skills of survival. Finding plants and insects adds to their food. As evening comes, worry returns. The savannah's predators wake up. The group looks for safety again, ending another day on the edge. Life is a never-ending cycle of risk and reward, fear and cleverness. In this daily struggle, the beginnings of humanity take hold. What we know about Homo habilis comes from real evidence. Old bones, stone tools, and animal remains that were cut up. Skulls and arm-leg bones show us how they looked and moved. Old Doan tools, found all over Africa, show that making tools was a very important part of their lives. Wear marks and cut marks tell us how these tools were used, cutting meat, scraping hides, working wood. Animal bones with marks from both teeth and tools prove their scavenging method. Sometimes, flakes can be put back onto their original cores, showing a moment millions of years old. These pieces of evidence let us put together not just their body, but also how they acted and how clever they were. The story of Homo habilis is written in bones and stones, a quiet message from our very old past. Looking back, Homo habilis might seem far away, but their impact is still alive inside us. They were pioneers, making the first tools and social connections that made humans special. Their new ideas created the base for everything that came after. Making a stone tool started a cycle. Better tools, better food, bigger brains, and more complex societies. The way technology, food, and intelligence worked together drove our evolution. Every time we solve a problem or use a tool, we are repeating their first burst of imagination. The ability to see what raw materials can become is a special human gift born on the ancient savannah. Working together as a group born from the need to survive grew into language and culture. We are the children of the handyman, inheriting their cleverness and ability to bounce back. Their bones and tools are not just old items, they are reminders of our shared journey. For hundreds of thousands of years, Homo habilis adapted and survived, passing on the gifts of technology and working together. They are the quiet builders of our world. Their echoes still sound, a lasting memory of the beginning of humanity.